I do get that. Welcome to the Wonderland Effect. Today, I have a very special guest, but before we get into that, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel because the channel is nothing without you. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here, thank you for being A1 since day one. And without further ado, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Percy Robinson. I am the creative director of L3 Media. We'll get into the weeds of like how I got to this point, but I'll just let them know like what I am as of right now.
Okay.
Right. So that's pretty much what I am.
Okay. I mean, I was going to ask you that.
Okay.
You know, I always wonder that. Like, what do you go by? Like, what's your title?
Yeah. Creative director.
Love it.
Yeah.
Because you are pretty creative. Okay. So how would you describe your brand? What words would you use?
I would say visionary. I would say visionary. Reason why I say visionary is in this whole world of like, you know, this generation, everyone's a content creator now. Like I think content creator got kind of like watered down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone can do it. Everyone thinks they can do it. The laziness and everything like this. Visionary is like someone that goes above and beyond. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Someone that like sees something that other people might overlook. Like when I look at film or I look at videos, like I look at it a totally different way. How was the shot framed? How was the sound? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think to piggyback off of that, it is kind of like, it is made to be a lazy creative world. Like, I'm not going to lie, before probably working with you and Cam, I was probably more on the lazy side, like just pop it in a template and call it a day and not really looking at it as a strategy because you yourself have tried out a ton of different things and actually are able to monetize off of it. So how did you even get to the point where you can monetize? I know that's a long story.
Okay. It is a long story, but I'll kind of shorten it.
Okay.
So I have a channel called Diabetes Kitchen to where like I help diabetics. I help people that are on a weight loss journey, you know, motivate them to lose weight, you know, and everything else. When I first started, I had my iPhone 6 and a stack of books. Cam jokes around and says that it's a stack of pornos, but it was it was a stack of books. It was a stack of books. You know what I mean? But I know I'm not convincing you on that.
No. Still think it might be porn, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a few in there, but like. I just had this burning sensation, you know, because like I was sick and I had to nurse myself back into health. So I'm like, how can I take this information and show people like, you know, how to eat healthier and everything else. So I started a channel. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to be like the typical, like the typical cooking channel. Mm-hmm. Like most people will be like, oh, well, let me study a cooking channel and you know, I'm going to make my cooking channel like mirror like this one, right? Mm-hmm. I watched a lot of creatives, like I watched a lot of videographers and photographers, and like how like lighting helped your videos, like what types of lights you needed and everything else, and like I was very interested in telling the story. I didn't want people to log on and be like, okay, this is just a typical bullshit story, you know what I mean? So like. But one thing about me is I always looked at my old film. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, once I published a video, I seen that, oh, it didn't do so well. I could have done better this way. Maybe I should have tweaked my light to do this way. Maybe I should have put the camera more this way and, you know, added more angles. You know what I mean? So those were the things I was thinking about, like aesthetically, how could I make the viewers experience better? You know what I mean?
When you're doing this, like, do you get outside opinions about it or is it just you? Because I know after so much, you're going to need like a fresh pair of eyes to kind of refresh it.
So outside opinions, yes. Outside opinions that I actually respect. Mm-hmm. So like, quick story, like I had a cousin, you know, he was watching it and he doesn't do the things that I do. He was like, oh, well, you could have done this. And I'm like, break it down to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What ISO would you have done? And then he's like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. And then like, I'm like, well, then shut the hell up. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. Like I will have like people that I respect, I love, and I trust to be like, hey, you watch this for me and let me know what I could have done different. So, yeah.
I mean, it does get to a point. I don't know, though. I feel like I think that way now, but sometimes there is truth in the people that they may not know, but there's truth to something that they say. Not the whole thing, but there might be bits and pieces where you can take it back and look at what we're doing and how we can make it better. Because essentially that's who they are, is the viewers.
Of course.
Viewers don't know about ISO. They don't know about the lighting or the angles. They don't really care.
Right.
They're there just for the vibe, the feeling, the emotional connection that they get in that moment.
I totally agree with you on that point.
So I don't know personally how to get out of that mindset to where you don't know what you're talking about, so don't talk to me. Because I do that a lot. I did it today. Like, I was at the gym, my cousin's starting his podcast, and I'm like, he asked me something about my podcast, and it just kind of, it hit a nerve. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, well, you don't do long form content, so you can't really tell me. But it's true, though. Like, the thing that he said, it was just a critique about, I don't know, maybe the amount of guests that I have on, or he was just watching old videos. And I'm like, well, you need to watch the new videos, completely different. But it is some kind of truth in the style that I'm delivering. So I kind of had to like separate the ego from it and like let myself absorb the information a little bit.
Yeah.
And not come off the defensive end. So,
well, as creators, we're artists, right? Mm-hmm. And we're pretty sensitive about like what it is that we put
shit.
out.
Don't talk about my shit.
Exactly. Shout out to Erykah Badu. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, it's true. Like, you know, we put a lot of time, a lot of effort. There's a lot of sacrifice that goes on behind the scenes before you even press record, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you get someone that like says, you know what? You know, something that's just minor or minute, you know what I mean? And they, you know, they say something that does touch a nerve. You're like you weren't in the gym with me shooting, you know what I mean?
You don't know ball. Like you don't know ball.
Yeah, you don't know. But like, that's why I always say the people that I love and I respect that are actually in the field. I understand that there are viewers out there that, you know what I mean, they'll just watch anything. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whatever tickles their fancy. But like, I'm looking at it you know, as an artistic lens. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's some things like people pick up. Like, I was with Cam, like, you know, I was editing a video. He's like, maybe you should, you know, put this instead of this in there. And I'm like, you may be right. You know what I mean? Because I trust his eye. Yeah. Not everyone has the eye. No. You know,
that's why I feel so selective. But I like coming in here knowing that we'll talk about something that alludes to some kind of form of content that I've shot, because these are tricks and tips that are going to help. And obviously you guys know what you're doing. So I'm not going to shut that down because that's criticism that I need to get better at something. Or I might say that I have a goal. You guys take the goal to the next level. And then you guys even started your community, you know, where you're cultivating even more creators. And I don't know yet, but I'm about to join tonight, and we're about to see what y'all got going on in there.
I think you should. Like, it's going to be a lot of information that's going to be. You're not only going to learn about content creation, you're going to learn about how to be a leader, how to be a business owner.
And that's what I need.
We have great mentors in there. I'm learning. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm actually learning about leadership because where I came from, I was just a solopreneur. You know what I mean? I was just a guy, a freelancer that was just like, oh, well, let me go ahead and take your shots. But I didn't have systems in place to help me navigate through these streets to make money. You know what I mean? If you're in this to make money, you need to have a team. You need to have systems. You know what I mean? So like, that's why like I really love this community.
That's why I'm curious about it, because I'm asking all the questions because these are things that I know I need now. Like, I didn't, when I first got into the game, I think you don't know what to expect because nobody tells you like this is the guide on entrepreneurship. But I don't know if it was Cam. Cam might have said it. Like, you're not an entrepreneur if you, I forget what he said. Cam, what did you say?
So if you have to, if you have to be in the room to make money, you are not a business owner.
Exactly. And that shit hit like a brick. I said, I got to do better because I don't want to be in the room. I want to make the money. Yeah. But even the tricks and tips that you give, you know, as someone that already lives, you know, a structure that I'm striving for, those are the kind of things that, you know, new content creators are going to need.
Oh, of course.
And even today, I just learned the difference between content creator and influencer because oftentimes they are intermingled. I want to be a content creator because I want to teach and I want to educate. I don't want to be an influencer. Like, I don't want to just
I think influencer is superficial.
It
You know what I
is.
mean? It's like, hey, everybody,
Look
like,
at
you know,
me.
check my new lip gloss out. You know, like, who
Yes.
gives a shit about that, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think influencers will basically sell their souls for
Yeah, for
anything.
anything.
For anything, right?
Yeah.
I was just having a conversation with Cam on our podcast, Post and Destroy. Shameless plug. But I was having a conversation with Cam, and I was just like, look, like, I've been approached by brands being like, hey, that didn't really align with my message. You know what I mean? I'd look like an asshole if I went and I was just like, hey, look, you know, try this beef jerky. You know, it's great. Da 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 da. You know, just to get the bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm being dishonest to myself and I'm being dishonest to my audience.
Yeah.
You know, we tend to forget that our audience, you know, is the ones that keeps the lights on for us. These are people that take their time to actually view, to take their time to send you a comment, you know, send you a like, you know, that actually takes time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want to provide something, you know, for my audience, like the juicers, right? I could have said, hey, look, this is a dope ass juicer. You know what I mean? You need to buy it. But it doesn't really, it doesn't sound good, right?
Yeah, there's no story behind it.
But what if I implemented a story behind it? Like, you know what? I took a chance on this $700 juicer. It's been in my shopping cart for months. I was sitting in there at night and I just pressed purchase because I knew in my heart I needed to make changes in my life.
Now it's a different story.
Exactly, right?
Now we got the story.
Exactly. So that's the whole thing with strategy, right? It's storytelling.
Yep.
A lot of people are afraid to tell their story, to be transparent because like, oh, I'm worried about like what so-and-so is going to say. You're in the business. People are going to talk shit about you. You know what I mean?
inevitable.
That's life. So why not tell your story about what it is that you do, why you're passionate about it, what made you make this decision? Because there's going to be someone on the other end of that, on the other end of that TV, and they're going to be like, man, am I really just motivating me to go to school for this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you got me thinking because now, you know, we were talking about strategy off camera because that's where I feel like I'm failing at. Now I can sit here and tell you honestly, like, I feel like I'm just doing things. I'm not doing things with purpose and intention right now. And that's throughout life right now. That is the consistent theme. And I can tell you that 1000%. And I only know this because I don't feel emotionally connected when I'm recording it or when I'm posting it. It just feels like I'm manufacturing. So at some point I am going to have to go through the drawing board, maybe tonight, and sit there and really start from the beginning and revamp my vlog the way that I'm doing it. And it's okay to, I think a lot of people don't get to that point where they're like, it's okay to scrap things and start over and rebrand, reinvent, and do it again. Because the only way you're going to learn is if you take that time to do those things.
Well, let me ask you a question. You did mention something that like you were kind of unmotivated to do it, right?
Earlier, yeah.
Let me ask you this. What is your ultimate goal? Like if you were to talk to your avatar right now, you know, the person that you're trying to connect with, like what does that look like? You know what I mean?
I think I just want to be honest about being disconnected. Like I think that I don't want to be persecuted for being disconnected, you know, with like here I feel connected, but when I'm filming the content that I'm filming, I used to feel like I was having a great time, but something is lost in between. And I either don't feel a purpose of what I'm doing or I just don't feel connected to it. And I think I would want to say like it's okay. But like let's find the connection again.
Yeah. So why?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So why don't you implement that?
clicked.
Yeah. Implement
I
that.
know what the vlog's gonna be about.
Yeah.
Join me on my journey to reconnect.
There we go.
Oh,
There we
shit.
go. So
Oh my God.
so see what happens. So see what happens when we sit there and talk about like what it is that you want to do with your content, right? Not a lot of people have that honest conversation with themselves, right? So what I would do if I were you is like I would be transparent, be like, you know, some days I just feel disconnected and I really don't want to film this. I don't feel like showing up every day. You know what I mean? If you are someone that feels that way, end it with the question. That equals engagement, because there are people out there, me being included. Like sometimes I'm just like, man, I don't feel like getting up and filming.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like those are the moments where connection happens. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they'll show up like every day and just post positive stuff, like everything good. They'll post their wins.
That's not real.
Yeah.
That's not real.
It's like, hey, everybody, join me on my journey while I sip 100 mimosas. Like they will post all their wins to make sure everyone's, wants to look up at them, right? Yeah. But no one posts like the grit.
The real shit.
The real shit, what they're going through. Have you seen Shawshank Redemption?
Yes.
Yes. So I always say this when I'm talking to Cam, like when we're having like these moments, because it's not always like butterflies and flowers. You know what I mean? It's just like we go through this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a part in that movie where he's just chipping away. You know what I mean? And he's going through like 500 yards of shit just to get to his paradise. Yeah. We are in that 500 yards of shit. We know the paradise is there, but we got to crawl through, make the sacrifices throughout every single day. There's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days. But we got to make those sacrifices. Yeah. You know what I mean? To get to that paradise. Now, my paradise is a lake house by myself, nobody around. I'm hustling to disappear.
Yeah, me too.
That's my goal.
I wouldn't say disappear. For me, it's like I want to be known, but I want to be able to get off the grid.
Oh, I'm disappearing. I'm disappearing. Like you ain't gonna see me no more.
On the milk carton, have you seen this man?
And I'll be like, nope.
See, that is so. We just had an aha moment. That like we were talking about. I don't feel connected to what I'm filming, and I can tell people, like, even sometimes I'm going back through the vlogs and I'm like, you can hear it in my voice that I don't want to do this. You can absolutely hear it in my voice that I don't want to do this and I'm tired. And that's literally how I feel recording the voiceovers. And I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I have to show up. The only thing that made me happy was making soup this week. And I was just like, it's so simple.
I mean, your meal prep was fire, though.
But it's so fun to me. Like, those are things that I enjoy and I haven't had time for that. So it's kind of like my life is so unbalanced with me trying to make time and I have to take the small wins where the wins are and appreciate the small moments
of course
where they are.
Now, do you feel pressure like making videos? Like, is that the only thing that you feel that is content, is making the videos?
I feel like the pressure to be present is really adamant. Like, they say you're supposed to be consistent with posting, and I'm trying to remain consistent, but in that consistency, I don't want to lose potency. And I don't want to just be pushing shit out And that's what I feel like I'm doing. So I think tonight I have some work to do.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Like, you have a lot of stuff going on in your life to where, like, you can teach a lot of people a few things, right? Like, have you ever thought about having like a blog or something that you can just write? Like, I know, like, you can do like a little write up and then like have like a picture of what it is that you're doing. It's content. It's not a video, but it's still you showing up. Yeah. Right. So I do have a story. So like with Diabetes Kitchen, there was a time where I just took a hiatus and I was just like, I don't feel like doing this right now. Like I'm burnt out. So what I did was, there's a community, that you have on YouTube to where like you can do quizzes, you can ask questions and everything else. So I did about 60 days worth of like quizzes and everything. And I had it scheduled. So every day
there was a quiz.
It was a quiz. There was something that was a write up about, what the juice of the month or whatever. But it was something that drew the audience in. I didn't have to show up on camera. Yeah. That's content. Showing up, period. Yeah, exactly. That's content.
But see, I got this down. This is down.
Yeah.
But adding this extra shit, that's not down yet.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That
like,
shit's taking a toll on me.
That's why you feel so pressured. It's like you come here, you drive a hell of a long distance. I mean, the sacrifices this young lady is making is insane. But I salute her. But anyways, that was my shameless plug
Thank
for you.
Thank you.
But like you are burning the candle on both sides. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna crash.
And you're forcing yourself. That's why you feel unmotivated. You're like, I'm not even in this. And you got to love what it is that you're doing. Because love will get you through all of that bullshit.
Yeah, like I'm having fun learning it. I'd be forgetting to get the content. I'm like, ugh, I forgot to get the content. But I also miss the gym. Like today was a key point. Like I really missed going to the gym. And I miss having that consistency. I miss seeing the people at the gym. Like just filming gym content. Because I was having fun with that. I was literally having fun with that. Like that was my favorite like moment. I think I only got like 2-3 videos out, and then it was like, all right, now I got to switch over to school. But I want everything to fit in my day. It's just time management is not my strongest suit, but I also have to sleep. So it's like,
no, I hear you.
If I could just give up that part, just give up the sleep, we'll be good. I'd be fine.
Do you have a content calendar?
I do not. No strategy.
Okay.
I told you this. So I need to get back on it.
Yeah. So I recommend content calendars for everyone, so that way you can plan out your content. Yeah. Especially nowadays, like I didn't have ChatGPT back in the day. You know what I mean? Like use the resources that you have to make it easier on you. You know what I mean? Like the problem we run into is we're fighting through the algorithm. We're like, oh my God, we got to post 3-4 times a day.
I'm not posting,
you know what I mean? Like I feel that this bullshit. I feel the pressures of like posting. It takes the art of the actual piece away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what? I think it was in David Shan's community. They were talking about having an authentic tribe. And I think instead of trying to appease people, like everybody, you just have to appease your people. Mm-hmm. Your tribe will be called to your art. That's just what it is. Like those 1,000 followers will go buy your book. They will go buy your tickets. They will support you versus having 2.5 million that never show up to support you at all.
No, you're totally right. And I've always talked about this with my friend Brittany. Yeah. We know a few people that have millions of followers, but they're still working their 9-to-5 job. How is that? You know what I mean?
It doesn't equate. It's not a business that they're running.
And there's no connection there. You know, and some people buy their followers as well. I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna still stand by that.
See, I heard about that.
Yeah.
And like, I never knew that you could actually buy followers. I know you could buy likes, but I never seen the followers before.
Yeah. People buy bots just to make their stuff look good, but it messes you up in the long run.
Yeah. One of my exes is like that. He has like 15K or something like that, maybe more. And I thought, like he really had it like that. And I met him in person. I said,
And then the hammer dropped. Dun, dun, dun.
You're a liar. This shit is not real, and you're a scam. You're a legit scammer, my guy.
That's why I like when people because I'll go to YouTube events. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And like you get these assholes walking around that have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and they're like, how many subscribers you have? And I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Enough.
You know what I mean? Like I don't give a shit. Like that doesn't move me. Like the amount of subscribers you have doesn't move me.
What's your bank account look like?
Exactly.
That might move me.
What your bank account look like.
That might move me somewhere.
Right.
You might get me with that one.
Yeah. So there's a lot of phony people walking around with that subscriber account trying to make you feel like lower than, but I don't let that shit get me down.
That's not where I want to be. I want to be in the rooms I've been in the rooms that I like to be in. Yeah. It's just staying in those rooms and actually getting the knowledge and using it, because I learn a lot, but it's like you got to implement what you learn.
Yes.
It just falls on deaf's ears.
Yes.
And you're just wasting time.
I mean, that's the whole thing is execution. We have all of this shit going on. We're like, oh, I got an idea for this. How are we going to execute it?
Yeah. And a lot of people, we are great at brainstorming, horrible execution.
Yes.
And sometimes I think it's because we overthink ourselves into not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We overthink ourselves into procrastination, and then never happens. Like sometimes you really just got to go through it. Like if you thought about it, do it now.
Yeah.
Don't wait.
And it's not always going to be perfect.
No.
I know I preach perfect all the time. Like I'm a
what?
I am a
somebody cut the camera.
I know. I am a camera social media snob. Mm-hmm. But there's just sometimes it is what it is. Like I really experiment with different types of shots. You would think I was crazy. Like I'd be in my, I'll be in my place, you know what I'm saying? And I got my camera. I'm like, what would this shot look like if I shot it at this angle? Like I'm going through different angles just so like when, clients come here to shoot, I'm like, hey, I got an idea for me. Kind of like what we talked about like downstairs. I was like, I got an idea for you. It's not your typical shot, but hear me out.
And
so
that's good.
Yeah. So like,
Really good.
And that's not being afraid of failure or messing out. I don't look at it as failure. I look at it as a lesson. Like I'm always looking at like how can our content look better.
Yeah. I think when you're a creative, your mind works differently than most people. And it's different for every creative. Like your mind will be weird to somebody else. Like trying to talk to somebody about some of the things that I think about, I could probably talk to you about, but like talking to a normal person, they'd be like, yeah, you're off your fucking rocker.
Yeah. Like my daughter hates watching movies with me now.
Because you're looking at the angles.
Because like I look at movies totally different. I don't know if you've seen the movie Black Rabbit on Netflix.
No, I haven't.
But like just how it was shot, like the angles that it was shot in, and like shitty? No, it was great. Okay. It was great. Like they framed up. They used like objects that were in the scene to frame up, like shooting through to get to the actual subject, right? So like. I was telling my daughter, I was like, yeah, you do this. She's like, oh my God, Dad, can we just like watch it and like.
Don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing.
Which is crazy because like when she was a little girl, like I'd watch movies with her and my mom and those two like would talk through the whole movie. Yeah. And it would drive me fucking crazy.
And now you can't.
So now it's my payback,
No, you can't talk.
You know what I mean? Like it's my payback.
That's what I mean. When you get to that point and all you see is your passion and all you see is your art, it's hard like to let it go. It's hard to shut it off because your brain never stops.
No, it doesn't.
Your brain never stops thinking about it. Never stops making up concepts or ideas or, hey, you could do this. What if you do this? What if you try this? There's so many things. But I think sometimes it's overactive and I like have to pull it back and be like, all right, look. We already started so much shit. You need to sit down. Like, we need a break. You need to chill out. Let's execute some stuff off the plate, and then we'll add more on later. You chill out.
I say let that shit go. I tell my editor all the time, I'm like, yo, let that creativity flow. You know what I mean? Like, I like that craziness to where, because, like, when I'm at my craziness point, like, I'm sitting at the editor's chair, and I'm like, oh, that's where all, like, the flares and everything comes out, and they're like, how'd you create that? It's like I have no brakes. It's all gas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there were times where I was hindered. I was just like, oh man, this is not gonna look good. So and so might not like this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I'm like, fuck it. I'm going gas, no brakes. And I tell my editors just like that. I'm like, you have this creative mind, use it. Stop being held back. If you make a mistake, cool. You know what I mean? But you can always learn from it. We can always go back and re-edit it. You know what I'm saying? So let that shit fly. I
don't know. Sometimes I'll be adding way too much. And I'll be having to like complete some stuff first to add some more stuff on. Because if I don't, then I never complete it.
Right.
And I keep moving.
Okay.
So I'm not one of those people like I can't leave it alone for too long because then it'll never get done. But if I do it and I do it consistently and get that out the way, then I can add something else on.
That's why we got to work on them systems. We'll work on those systems. Like every time you come, I love it. I love every time you come here because like we always off camera have these really dope discussions on like how, we can better ourselves. You know what I mean? There was a time where I was just around people that like didn't roll that way. It was always just like energy vampires. You walk in, you always have that someone's like, you have an idea. It's like, man, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work.
That's right.
And it's just like, ew.
You're no fun.
I'm glad I got rid of a lot of those people in my life.
I'm starting to have I have damn near no friends.
Me neither.
I mean, you guys are kind of like my only friends now. And at first, I think even when I first met Cam, I was like, yeah. He's like, fuck him. That's literally like, fuck them. I'm like, okay. Fuck them. Bye. But you literally lose a lot of people. But I'm starting to accept the fact that this path is not for everybody. This dream is not for everybody. It's mine.
Yeah.
And the people on the path will be there to help me or to be there for what they need to be there for. But it is hard. I mean, sometimes I wish I could drag people with me.
You can't.
I know.
Because they be anchors. You know what I mean? Yeah. And what an anchor does, it just leaves you stagnant. You know what I mean? I know there's people I know for me, like, I want to help people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to help people grow. Like, I love doing that shit. Even though people get on my nerves, like, I love helping people. Any information I have in my mind, like, I don't gatekeep that shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, look, this is how we're going to do it. You know what I mean? This is how you can do it. You can pull me to the side or whatever. Have I gotten burned in the past for it? Hell of course I have. Is it going to discourage me from not doing it anymore? No, but I'm going to be selective of who I invite into my circle. I like having a small circle. I don't need a whole army of people to cheer me on.
I used to feel like I needed that, but now it's like inadvertently I've gotten to a place where I just don't have time for anything else. Like, if you're not doing something that I find not even beneficial to me, but like you don't have that mindset that I need around me to support me at this time, you're probably going to get cut off. Like, I do have a friend and we're probably going to end up not being friends by the end of this year because I just don't see where the connection is coming from. Like, I don't have time for the things that you have time for. So I don't want to think badly of anyone. Go live your life. It's just not aligned with mine.
Yeah. I mean, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Like, people may think of that as disrespect, but that's okay. We grow.
Yeah.
You know, we outgrow people every single day. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, God will put people in your life, take people out. Like, there's a point. This is how, like, I mean, even though I've been kicked out of church as a young man, I mean, that's a different story. But I am very spiritual and I do believe in God, but I'm just like this, like our human existence will latch on to something, you know what I mean? And be like, this is what we want. This is what we want. But God will find a way to get rid of that person. You know what I mean? And you'll be wondering why. Be like, man, what happened? I mean, there's one person that, like, I was happy God just got rid of, but you know, I'm not going to mention.
It's always those people that you feel like you can never live without. Yeah. And then now look at you living without them. Like, that shit always baffles me because I was thinking about this the other day and I was like, damn, I remember I used to think that so-and-so and such was so detrimental to my health. Now look at us. We don't even talk.
Yeah. You can't see past the love goggles.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Suck.
Those love goggles got you seeing all kind of different stuff. But like, there's something when the door closes, then that clarity comes, and you're just like, I'm so glad I'm not around that person no more.
The alternative, though, I don't know if I like it yet. It's like you don't give a fuck about anybody else right now. Like, especially if what you're doing is not aligned to what I'm doing, I literally just.
Yeah, it's not that you don't give a fuck about anyone. It's you being the priority in your life, and it's the way. Yeah, it's the way it should be. It feels weird because like you're probably so used to like looking out for everyone, making sure everyone else is good, and not really realizing what your life is going on. Your health could be in the decline, but you're still helping people out, right? So like, I mean, that's how I had to really get myself back into health because I was holding on to everyone else's shit.
Yeah. And spiritually, that's not good for you. You're taking on everybody else's problems.
Yeah.
But also, like, I don't have people come over as much. I have my family there sometimes, but it's literally like my space is my safe haven.
Yeah.
So I kind of like just cling to that. So it's only my energy in this bitch. Like, if it's bad energy, it's me. Like, if it's good energy, it's me too.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And you don't need a whole bunch of motherfuckers in your place anyway. Like, I don't invite people over to my house either. Like, that's my place to where like I can just really kick my shoes off and relax. And then I'll have family over or whatever. But like, I don't have a lot of people over. I don't have a lot of friends, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, some people need that validation in their life. I don't.
I don't feel like I need it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, and if I did, it's probably not from the people that are there right now.
Exactly. Or have your best interests at heart.
Yeah. I'm looking at somebody else like I want your validation. I shouldn't want anybody's validation, but if I'm gonna want it, it's gonna be somebody that's where I want to be.
You have to be able to look in the mirror and be like, am I happy with myself?
Oh, I just told one of my best friends yesterday, this is the first time I actually feel like I love myself.
There we go.
Like, even as tired as I am, I did this. This is me.
Mm-hmm.
These are my choices. Nobody influenced this. These are all my choices.
And also having those honest conversations with yourself, right? So like back in the day, like in my 20s, like I would say I was a ladies' man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I didn't look like this, I was much younger, no grays, did my thing, had no problems with the ladies. But when I had a daughter, mm-hmm. That changed my whole view. I actually had that mirror, experience. I looked myself in the mirror. I was like, are you the type of man you'd want your daughter to date? And that's a question a lot of men cannot answer. You know what I mean? But from that moment, I had to take accountability. I'm going to change because I don't want to be. I want my daughter to look at me as like, this is the standard. Yeah. This is the standard. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going any lower
than that.
Yeah. So like that's the conversations that I have with myself. Like I have honest conversations with myself.
Yeah.
I think I'm the hardest on myself than anyone else. And I'm pretty sure that's for everybody else.
Well, not everybody, because some people can't take accountability.
Yeah, some people are full of shit. And they're just like, oh, I'm good.
No, you're not. You're not.
Exactly.
But I also think it just takes so much to be honest. Like, it's hard. You have to either hit rock bottom or somebody needs to put you in your place in order for you to really sit there and be like, are they true? Like, is that true? Is what they said true? But I also think it stems from people never finding themselves, like never finding what they're willing to risk to have, because everything is a risk. If you can't see it, a lot of people don't believe it.
Well,
or if you can't touch it, not see it.
Well, there's work that's associated with change.
Yeah.
A lot of people want instant gratification, right? When you have that instant gratification, I mean, it's cool or whatever, but they're not seeing past what the future could be, right? Yep. What the work it takes to be that person that you want to be. You know what I mean? So it's a hard conversation to have. It's a hard pill to choose, to chew on. But when you're looking yourself in the mirror and you be like, man, like, I don't like this person that I have become. There was a time where I was big as hell and I was like, I can't be this big anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
you get sick of your own shit?
Hell yeah. You get sick of your own shit.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's what everybody always asks me. They're like, well, how did you know? And I'm like, it was the only thing that I could commit to. The only thing that I would be consistent at.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even consistent at it. I just kept coming back to it. It was the one thing I had. And now it's like, I'm at that point where you can say you're a podcast host. You can say you have a podcast, but I guarantee you, I'm more consistent than you ever will be. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know what that meant or the power that held until this year. This year I was like, you know what? That's fucking true. You can invite as many celebrities as you want on your podcast, but if you're not consistent, you're only going to have that minute with them. That minute is not contingency. And it's not, you don't get nothing out of it.
No. And you've been consistent as shit. So like,
fuck you.
Yeah. Like you've been like, I'm like hella proud of you. Cause like every time like I'll see you on social media, you'll be like, hey, I'll see you later on. I'll see you on Thursday. I'm like, oh, okay. Let me check. Oh, she put stuff on the schedule. So I'm just like, it's great. You know what I mean? It's seeing your passion come to fruition, right? Like it's, it may not be the sexiest thing in the beginning.
No.
There's a lot of grinding it out. There's a lot of like, sleepless nights. I know I've been there before, but like that's the unsexy part of what it is that we do.
But it's fun now. Like being in here is fun. As soon as I get the rest of the shit in order, then I'll probably really ball. It's ball. Play ball. Like then we're really going to be playing ball. Yeah. So let me figure out this content creation shit because it's over for you hoes. Like
I'm telling you.
That's it. That like I have been looking at my life and I say, once I lock this down and I get good at it and I'm consistent at it, it's over. Because now I'm consistent on all platforms in every aspect. Show me something.
Exactly. And you can always like cross-pollinate the stuff that you got going on.
Yep.
Like shameless plug on, my podcast, and then,
Exactly.
like direct people here, it's where are you directing people to go? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think for the first year, I was kind of like just focused on meeting people, like getting the most people with the most clout, blah, 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 blah. That's what everybody aims for.
Yeah.
But then it kind of toned back because I had to think about, really, it was just Cam telling me, why do you need that person on the podcast? But those are the questions that you really have to ask. Like, why are these people being invited on the podcast? And now it's very selective. Like, I want to talk to the people that are actually making a difference, the people that are actually striving for success if they are already not successful.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a different ballgame when you have intention and you have purpose behind it.
Well, and that's how people take shortcuts. Mm-hmm. You're never gonna win taking shortcuts.
No,
you know what I mean?
Your clout.
Like,
it's their clout.
Like when people go viral, you know what I mean? Like they don't know when the next hit is gonna come, right? Yeah. But here's the other person that just started their channel just with 1 subscriber. Yep. And then it turned into 2, and then it turned into 3. And then with all those reps that you take, I'm pretty sure if you go back to your older podcast and you look at it, you're like, I'm not
Cringe.
that same person. Yeah, I'm not that same person, right? That shit is growth.
Yeah.
That shit is growth. And that's what it's all about. Like, if you're going into the podcast business or any content creation business and be like, oh, I'm going to make, a shit ton of money, then you're not in the right business. Yeah. This is all about growth. This is your marathon.
See, and that's why I refuse to delete any of my videos.
Exactly. Keep them shits.
I want all of them on there because I started from one point and now we're here. Like the beginning, I didn't even know what I wanted to talk about. Now we have a full-fledged topic.
You know what I'm saying? You got a studio setting. Like I seen some of your old podcasts. Yeah, so like I did a little research on you, but I'm like, look, like you started you were at your house, right?
Yeah, I was in my living room.
Yeah, you were in your living room, and then like the lighting was fucked up. Yep. You know what I mean? I was
in a ghetto studio with just the mics.
Yeah.
And my own ring light, and we had to record I had to record my own stuff, and then I had to extract the audio and put it on my videos. And those were my friends.
And that's growth.
Those literally were my friends.
Yeah. But that's growth. And your audience grows with you. Yeah. Your audience will be like, man, I remember when you was doing that, and now you already here.
I know.
You know what I mean? Those are the people that's your avatar. You know what I mean? Those are the people that fuck with you from day one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like those are the people that you need to show up for. Like those days where you're just like, oh shit, I don't really feel like posting nothing. But think about those people that have been down for you, that have always been supporting you. They deserve
to come
it.
Along with me.
Fuck them other people that are just like, oh my God, I gotta need 1 million subscribers to be. And that's cool and all, but like I want to be connected with my people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And maybe that's the difference. I don't really feel the connection to my Instagram family, but my YouTube family, I love y'all. Like I love them down because they'll send me messages, like they'll comment on videos, they'll share my videos, like things like that. So maybe that's the disconnect. Yeah. Because I love my YouTube.
I mean, some people do better on Instagram than YouTube and vice versa, or like TikTok. It's just all where you find your tribe. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to like stick to one thing. You can put your shit all over the place. I mean, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, nobody gets to know because like they're not time stamped.
Right.
I mean, they might be like when you upload them, but nobody really knows. Because I was thinking about this. I'm going to take all of the vlogs that I've made already, and I'm going to launch that shit on TikTok.
There we go.
I'm going to schedule it out and have it launched.
Shit, I repurposed my video. One of my videos, I repurposed it 10 times.
Yeah. And one of the times people
never know. People never know what it is. No. I changed the music of it. Changed this piece and this piece there. There you go.
Hashtags around.
Yeah, like, oh, this is a dope ass video.
Isn't it? I
just shot this. Yeah.
You didn't say that last time though, but okay.
Yeah.
But I love that. That's the beauty of content creation.
Yeah.
Like it's to repurpose your stuff.
Repurpose your shit. Like shoot it one time.
I just watched that today. Did you post that or was it somebody else?
What?
Repurposing?
No.
Might have been somebody else on TikTok.
But I am going to post some stuff. I don't really be on TikTok. I fucking hate TikTok.
Okay. So I do have to wrap it up.
Okay.
I do want to be respectful of your time. And final question, or actually we haven't even been asking questions. It's been more of a conversation.
Bring it on me.
Would you consider yourself successful? Why or why not?
As of now, no. Because I'm not where I want to be. You know what I mean? Like when I see success, I see doing whatever I want to do. You know, I mentioned earlier, I'm hustling to disappear. When I disappear, that's when I'll find success.
So when I gotta hunt you down,
Yeah.
that's gonna be.
I mean,
great.
you still have my number. You can call me and everything, but
Zoom call,
like,
hey, you still alive?
yeah, I'm still alive. I mean, I ain't gonna be on no videos no more. But like, you know, we'll have dinner or something like that. Chit chat, talk about your life, how famous you are now. You know, so
I know that scares me.
yeah.
But thank you for
You're
coming on the
welcome.
show. Can you tell my audience where to find you?
All right, is this my camera?
Yes.
I'm just playing.
Yes, you set it up. You should know.
yeah, exactly. I set it up. You can find me on Instagram. I got 2 or 3 tags, but Percy in Motion on Instagram, Diabetes Kitchen on Instagram, Diabetes Kitchen on YouTube, Post and Destroy on YouTube. That's where we talk about like how you make money on YouTube. So that's pretty much where you can find me. So I'm pretty sure whoever's editing this is going to put those tags up. So
We love that.
yeah.
Well, you'll make sure.
Oh, yeah, I'll make sure.
Okay. As always, you guys, thank you for being here. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until then, see you guys soon. Bye.
Good shit.